The laughter was loud, echoing through the living room, but something about it made my skin crawl. Maybe it was the way Emily tilted her head toward Ryan, my best friend since college, or maybe it was the way his eyes lingered on her a fraction too long before he grinned. Then she said it. "He's already tasted me," she laughed, her voice lilting with wine and mischief. "Ask him how I am." The room froze. Even the music seemed to stop. Ryan choked on his drink, eyes wide, then forced a laugh that didn't reach them. The others laughed nervously too, trying to play it off as one of Emily's inappropriate jokes. But I just sat there, gripping my beer so tightly I thought the glass might shatter. "Tasted," I repeated, my voice hoarse. Emily looked at me with that familiar half-smile she used when she wanted to brush something off. "Relax, babe. I was talking about the chili he made last week." "God, you're so serious sometimes." Her friends chuckled. The tension broke. But in me something else cracked. That single word, tasted, echoed through my head like a bell that wouldn't stop ringing. The night ended like every other gathering. People leaving, laughter fading, the clinking of glasses being cleaned. Emily hummed softly in the kitchen, her back to me. She didn't seem guilty, just casual, like nothing had happened. "Hey," I said finally, leaning against the counter. "What was that joke about earlier?" She glanced over her shoulder, smirking. "You're still thinking about that?" It didn't sound like a joke. Her expression tightened just for a second, almost invisible, but I caught it. "You're overreacting," she said lightly. "You know how Ryan and I tease. He's practically family." That word, family, landed heavy. Because Ryan was family. We'd shared dorm rooms, late-night pizzas, heartbreaks, dreams. He was the best man at our wedding. He was the one who told me Emily was the real deal. And now she joked that he'd tasted her. The next few days were a slow bleed of paranoia. Ryan texted me about football, same as always. Emily sent her usual heart emojis during lunch breaks. But I noticed the tiny shifts, the way she smiled when her phone buzzed, how she suddenly guarded her screen, how her laughter came softer, like it wasn't meant for me anymore. At night, I'd lie awake beside her, staring at the glow of her phone as she scrolled. I'd hear her typing, then stopping, then turning the screen face down. Once I reached out and brushed her hand. She flinched. "Just cold," she whispered, then turned away. The breaking point came on a rainy Saturday afternoon. I was in the garage, rummaging for old paint cans when I found Ryan's hoodie, stuffed in a box labeled winter clothes. Smelled like his cologne, the same one he'd worn for years, the same one I'd teased him about for being too strong. I stood there staring at it, the rain hammering the roof, a dull roar that drowned out my thoughts. But my body knew before my mind did. Every cell screamed what I didn't want to believe. Still, I waited for proof. That evening, I told Emily I was going to Ryan's place to watch the game. Her face flickered with surprise, then forced nonchalance. "Oh, okay," she said. "Tell him I said hi." I drove there in silence, gripping the wheel until my knuckles turned white. But when I reached Ryan's apartment, his car wasn't there. The lights were off. I waited. At 8:47 p.m. my phone buzzed. "Emily. Movie night with the girls. Don't wait up, Red Heart." My throat tightened. The rain outside turned into a storm. I didn't text back. I just waited. And at 9:32 p.m., Ryan's car pulled into the apartment lot. Emily stepped out first. No umbrella. No girls. Just the two of them. They didn't see me. I watched as Ryan brushed the hair from her face, his thumb grazing her lips. She laughed softly, that same sound she used with me once. Then she kissed him. Not a drunk mistake. Not confusion. Slow. Familiar. I felt my chest collapse inward. My knees weakened. There it was, confirmation. The punchline to her joke. When she came home hours later, I was sitting in the dark. She froze. "You scared me," she said, forcing a nervous laugh. I stared at her, my voice quiet. "Did you enjoy the movie?" Her face paled. "What?" "I saw you, Emily." Her lips trembled. "You don't understand." "I understand perfectly." Silence stretched between us. Outside, thunder cracked. Then she whispered, "It just happened. I didn't mean to fall for him." Fall for him. Not a one-time betrayal. A love. Something inside me shifted. Not rage. Not heartbreak. Something emptier. Was it before the wedding? I asked. She nodded, tears spilling. Once. But we stopped. Then I thought it was over. But when he came back last year, I couldn't listen. The room blurred. Her voice became static. All I could think about was how Ryan had smiled in my wedding photos, his hand on my shoulder. How Emily had said, "He's like your brother." I wondered if they laughed about that later together. The next morning I packed a bag. She begged, cried, promised therapy, truth, anything. But trust isn't rebuilt from ashes. It's born from faith. And mine was gone. Before I left, she said quietly, "Do you hate me?" I looked at her, really looked, her face pale, eyes hollow. The woman I loved was still there, but different now. Distant. "No," I said. "I just don't believe in you anymore." I closed the door behind me, the final sound like a gunshot in the silence. Later Ryan tried calling. I never picked up. He texted, "You don't understand what happened." Maybe he was right. Maybe I never would. But sometimes in the quiet of my new apartment, I can still hear her laugh, that single careless joke that tore my world apart. And I wonder if deep down it was never a joke at all.